Hello, Obi-Wan. Hello, everyone. I remember to hit the go button this week, go live button. I don't have any fun stories, so yeah, I'm still not feeling great. Hey, Paul Fairfield, how you doing? Not feeling great still. I don't know if I was not feeling great last time, but I'm on the other end of it. I think I'm starting to feel better, but this I don't know, this weather. I think I'm not really a hot weather person, and it's just starting to get hot weather, and I don't like it. So I don't know. That's my excuse. Yeah. So I have been messing around with the my Bamboo Labs printer. We're just kind of killing a little bit of time waiting for people to join. I've been messing around with the P1S that I got last week. Just for a tiny bit of background, I have a Voron 3D printer, which is like I would say it's sort of on the same caliber as a Bamboo Labs printer, but it's a DIY. Like, you have to build it. It's a kit. You print some parts, you get some parts, and you kind of put it all together. But this is my first experience with the Bamboo Labs printer. It's kind of interesting, just to see the differences between them. I don't know. I don't really have any sort of opinions yet. I have had some issues kind of with it. I have this one piece. I was trying to print this Ashita stand thing. It's really I got the STL for the morph. Oh, the morph stand. I didn't yet, but I could. Actually, that's not a terrible idea for organizing my shelf over here. But yeah, anyways, so I was printing this Ashita stand, and unfortunately, part of it, it's a very strange stand. Shout out to Wesk, who was the person who 3D modeled the Wadebird controller, which the Ashita, if you don't know, it's a handheld Wii, portable Wii. Looks like a huge Wadebird. Then Wesk made this, I think Wesk designed the stand, where it has these two little like weird pegs. This is actually supposed to say Ashita. So I'm working on printing another one, and you can kind of barely see. I messed up the print, and like, it's supposed to be for 2-color printers. So I'm printing the 2-color now, because they have the AMS, which is the multi-material printer for the Ashita. Anyway, so there's these weird little pegs. See, there's one over here, but this print failed over here, and it's supposed to like put it in here, and then like the control, like kind of like it like docks in the control. It's weird. It's very strange, and it's just supposed to stand up like this. So I don't know. I'm experimenting with it. I'm getting used to it. But yeah, over time I'll have some more opinions about it. All right. Hello, everyone. Alteracious Solderless. This should be a very nice, easy stream. Yeah, soldering, my worst nightmare. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. I think we might have a lot to do, maybe not solder-wise, but just kind of research a little bit. I hope my general philosophy when I do these, this is like my thing. My general philosophy when I'm doing these streams is I try to go pretty much as blind as possible. I mean, you probably have noticed this if you watched any of my streams in the past. I do have some, frame of mind, because I do have a collection of modded consoles. And actually, for the GameCube, I modded my childhood console. Has a GC Dual, GC Dual. So I do have an HDMI mod here, and I have a GCLoader, so and a floppy door. So this is my childhood system, and I use a SD to, well, it just has an SD to SP2. It's kind of useless with, not useless, but I use the SD card in the GCLoader. But then I also have this, which I have a second GC Dual kit lying around. Maybe I'll put that in this, because yeah, so this is the second GameCube that I have, and it does have the disk drive still. It doesn't have any sort of video output mod, and I don't have any of the external GameCube, like HDMI or the component cable. I don't have the official GameCube component cables, but I don't have any of the like Why am I can't think of the name. There's a couple of them now, like the Retrobit Prism is one. I don't have any of those sort of things, but this has the PicoBoot. So this has an internal mod. You can't really see it. It's a Raspberry Pi Pico that lets you boot into Swiss without needing. So the GCLoader, the one that I have, is a plug-and-play one, which is essentially that's also a no solder mod, but it's also when they're available, which they're not readily available. That's like almost $100, is like $80, something like that. So that's a little bit on the pricier side. But the PicoBoot, the Raspberry Pi Pico is only $5, and then all you need is some silicone wire. But it is you do need to solder this. But both of these solutions so far that I've showed you, GCLoader, well, GCLoader is kind of a weird one. I don't really. Also, I'm not a GameCube expert, so if a GameCube expert rolls in here and roasts me, I'm sorry. GameCube is kind of difficult. It's sort of like its own. I'm saying this in the sense of like a normal, like an outside of the GameCube dev scene. I think it's kind of confusing. As far as I know, like PicoBoot and like the Kunai is the other one. Those kind of mods, there's like IPL replacement mods, basically kind of allow you to inject something that lets you boot Swiss, but then you need to have another way of loading games. So for the example of the PicoBoot, I'm using the SD to SP2, but you could also use the SD Gecko to load games. So that's one method of loading games. With GCLoader also lets you boot into Swiss, but I think it's a little bit different how it loads games because it loads games from the GCLoader itself. There's no like it interfaces directly with the disk drive. So in theory, I think it's supposed to be faster, the GCLoader, compared to the PicoBoot. So that's just what I think. If anybody wants to correct me, feel free to correct me. I like the GCLoader. It's nice. Hey, Belmont. Do you have any imports to test? I don't. I don't have any games. Depending on we'll have to see. Carby is another one of the external HDMI mods. GC Video. Yes. In general, all of the GameCube video output mods, so like anything like the GC Dual, the Carby external. There was also the Carby. There's a component one that they stopped making or something like that. There's a bunch of them, but they all run off of this GC Video project. So basically, any of those sort of projects, assuming that it's built correctly, they should all have the same kind of caliber of video output. Crispyville recommended you to update your. Yes, we'll work on that. I think maybe we could do that first. It sounds like we should be able to do that without even putting this in yet, because I think there's a little. We'll talk about this. The Flippy Drive. Flippy Drive, is that what it's called? Yeah, Flippy Drive. We'll talk about this in a second. Agreed. Need to update it first. You got to remove PicoBoot or nuke the file. So I have. If you've been, do you think I can solder in my Pico with Walmart soldering iron? Maybe. The thing with soldering in general, I don't know. That's hard. Like there's some mods that I would say like straight up no, like don't. Like basically you need high power controllability, so that means the ability to have different soldering iron tips. Like you might need a smaller tip or a larger tip, and then also good temperature control. So like as soon as it starts getting like heating up a component, like I'm not sure if you're talking about like a generic like Weller old school soldering iron that like you might solder, I don't know, I don't know why you'd be doing this, but like a lamp, like a cord for a lamp or something, if you wanted to solder two parts of like a mains wire together or something, this is completely different because you're gonna nuke. It's gonna be not delicate enough. So I'm not sure. It could be possible because basically it's pretty much only wires. But again, there's a bunch of asterisks to that. Is the Flippy Drive up for sale yet? No, I don't think so. I think there's a pre-order page where you can put your email in to be notified. What rev and ID number is it? So this version. So I have one. Mine's rev 6. I don't know. Where does it say the ID? I'm not sure. So we can look at the website. So this new project, I suppose, that's still ongoing. It's not currently like finalized yet, and they wanted me to mention that this is not final hardware or firmware or anything, but we will update. Is called the Flippy Drive. Let me put. Here's what it looks like, and we can kind of go over what came with it. Let me just straighten things out. So it's kind of small. I'll just see the things that we can see without like looking anything up. We'll dive onto the website because I want to look at the like on paper specs. But you can see an ESP32 Mini. That's interesting. I didn't even know they made ESP32 Minis. That's cool. So this is like, I bet you this is for handling Wi-Fi, maybe Bluetooth. I'm not sure if it has Bluetooth connectivity, but ESP32 itself is a microcontroller. So the fact that it has a this ESP32, it's like a system on, or like a SoC, not a SoC, I don't know, something like that. You can, maybe it's an SoC. But then it also has a Raspberry Pi, or not a Raspberry Pi, but a RP2040. Is it an RP2040? I don't know why it looks so small. No, it's different. What is it? What is that? Is that a new? Did Raspberry Pi make a new? What is this? Not a RP2040? Or is it? And I'm just full of it. I don't know. I guess it's a RP2040. I should look at the website instead of just guessing. But that's also a microcontroller, so it's kind of interesting that there's both. Then what else is on this side? We have some sort of a reset button. I'm just kind of giving you like generic. I'm like not a trained electrical engineer, rando specs. There's flex cables everywhere, and we'll or flex cable connectors everywhere, and we'll kind of look at the stuff in the bag. I see a bunch of different flex cable connectors. We could take that out in a second. So there's one connector here. Then on the side, there's a micro USB, which, you know, I would love to see USB-C instead, but, you know, you're probably not very often going to be using this, but I'm not sure what the update firmware flow is like. Then on the back, we have another flex cable connector and a micro SD card. Now, the initial thing that's kind of, okay, so then that means it's 166 is my model. I don't know if that's bad to share, but 166 is ID number. My initial impressions is, okay, well, let's go to the website first because there's something I'm kind of not confused, but let's see. I guess we'll just go to the straight up, like if you just Google Flippy Drive, or Flippy Drive. Hello. I got tea because I'm not feeling well. So if you just go to, this is TeamOffBroadway.com. That's the people that are designing this. You can kind of see the problem that I've got with it. That's a different design. So that's the Rev 5. This is the Rev 6. So this is a different design than this site here. But I think you might be able to imagine my problem is the same problem that you might also be able to see is how do you load games on it if it's internal, right? Like I'm assuming that, so there, if we scroll down a little bit, it gives you the on-paper specs, right? So we have micro USB. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I guess it's intended to go on sale this quarter. So the end of this quarter is still about a month left. So that's soonish for only $38. So that's about half, you know, without looking it up, it's about half what the GC Dual is, or GCLoader. So we've got micro SD card up to 1 terabyte, sure. Experimental Wi-Fi loading, so I guess using the ESP32, you'd probably be able to load games from a NAS through that. 16 megabytes of internal flash, probably for storing, what, Swiss, a version of Swiss. A potential future Ethernet add-on, so somewhere on here there's sort of like an Ethernet add-on. The search for 69 continues. Oh, okay. Laser Bear making SD card. Okay, so there will be an extension card or extension cable thing. So other major features include no solder. So that makes sense. There's a boatload of flex cables in here, and somehow these flex cables interface with the disk drive connector on the GameCube. You can use it with or without the original drive. So here's the 2.8 to 10 times faster than EXI devices. So EXI is like a bus that is shared between all the serial ports, I believe. So like the SD to SP2, BBA, which is broadband adapter. So like loading from the broadband adapter. like I guess the network share or something. If you had the original broadband adapter, not the newer one that came out recently or whatever. I don't think that one allows for network booting or any memory card. So that would be the SD Gecko in non-Wi-Fi mode. So I guess there's certain modes, and the non-Wi-Fi mode is more performant. Okay, so I guess it's just saying if you're using loading from an SD card. Real drive interface, no software hacks required. Okay. One button disk pass through. Okay, don't know what that means yet. OTA or over-the-air software updates, interesting. Rescue USB port for brick recovery. No disk drives were scrapped in the making of this mod. I'm not sure if this is not a dig, but I'm not sure where, because the GCLoader is actually not a Pixel Effects product. It's Dan himself, so Black Dog Tech. And those have GameCube disk drive connectors on them because they just, because they're plug and play, they just slot or plug right into where the original disk drive comes out, because there's no disk drive in my GCLoader one. So I don't know if that means that they had to use connectors from a real disk drive. Like for every GCLoader, does that mean there's a disk drive out there that's bunk? I don't know. And compatible with the PicoBoot menu patcher. So PicoBoot is like it's kind of like a different boot animation thing, I think, that lets you load. Yeah, Wi-Fi SD card management is still in development. Oh, okay. So there's a potential for you to be able to load files onto the SD card through the Wi-Fi and then use them without the Wi-Fi. So that would be probably ideal. Now, how you would do that, if that's all through Swiss, I'm not sure. If that's some kind of custom Swiss script or something, I'm not sure. All right, so let's. I think that's pretty much all I want to cover. Before we kind of dive in, I guess I'll just kind of summarize what I think. This will be useful for somebody who is like deathly afraid of soldering, or they can't solder, right? So that's not like, somebody who doesn't want to solder or can't solder, sure. Although with all of the size of the flex cables and things, it might be difficult for some people to assemble this themselves. But theoretically, if you're capable, of installing this, you could do this without having to pay somebody to install it. So that's kind of the big win, is you get to and also you get to use the disk drive still, right? You don't have to get rid of your disk drive, sort of like the PicoBoot, but not like the GCLoader. And there seems to be a bunch of kind of bells and whistles that will eventually be available. So like loading games from the SD cards, because there is an SD card slot on the side. So if you could manage the SD card slot, or what the files are on the SD card, without having to open the GameCube back up again every time, then that would be a big win, because then you get the advantage of the speed advantage of this being in the disk drive bus, I suppose, and not the EXI bus or whatever. Flippy Drive doesn't have the same limitations the other emulation options do, so it's able to run games at speed with stutter on. Yeah, okay, yes, yep. So, and I guess so. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be more equivalent to the GCLoader, because I think the GCLoader has a better time with stuff too. But we'll find out. I mean, this one stream, we'll see how far we get. I'll have all three of these GameCubes, and maybe if people care enough, and we could do like a side-by-side like one thing that I would like to see is like a speed comparison of different titles loading, or the same title on different types of devices, to see how they perform. I mean, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. It's really in the end, I think it kind of comes down to which one you can afford and which one your modding capability. However, the PicoBoot, if that one does have stuttering with FMVs, that's kind of like a non-starter if you care about those games, right? Yeah. So installation is easy. Yep. So we have it. There's an instruction guide that we're going to follow. So yes, let's do something. Let's if you've been kind of paying attention to the stuff in my background, you'll notice that there has been a GameCube. Which way? This way. There's a GameCube sitting back here for a while. next to these cute little Tamiya drill things that we're going to do sometime. We're going to have a stream about that. So I bought this for a while ago, knowing that I was going to receive a FlippyBoot. I got a thing. Oh, Radical Plants just messaged me. Hey, Radical, how you doing? Oh, I'm talking. I don't know if he's watching. I was like answering him on Discord, but verbally. Okay. You can play movies with Swiss. They have stutter too. Interesting. Did not know that. Okay, so he's typing to me, or them. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna adjust my camera. Okay. So if you didn't notice this, I've had this GameCube for a while. Oh, the install guide is here. Okay, cool. Just hopped on to watch. Great. Okay. Cool. So this is a Japanese GameCube. I've never had a Japanese GameCube. It is a little grody. I didn't really clean it. One thing that is sort of interesting, and I guess it's actually not even labeled here, but I guess the GameCube, or the Japanese GameCubes are only 100 volt, which should be fine in North America because our power system is similar-ish, I think. So I'm going to have to use my North American power adapter because I only bought the console. But, you know, as you can see, it's still got his disk drive, which I actually don't even know if it's functional, but we'll get there, I guess. And I've never owned a purple console either. I've never owned another color besides black, actually. So, okay. We're going to... oh. Okay. Cool. All right, so Radical's watching in the chat. Let's bust this open. So we have to at least get down to the disk drive. So I need to use my thing. I've got to use... So the annoying thing is... Will that fit? I don't think the iFixit screwdriver will fit in here. So I always use the extension thing. If you have one of these... whatever these are, Maki is the size of I don't know, something like that. And I need a game bit. This is the big game bit, right? Yeah. So slap on a game bit, slap on the extendomatic, and then I would like to get the purple. Do they make? I'm sure they make purple Game Boy players, right? That's something that I would need to kind of finish off the cube. Instead of having a rectangular box. Is there a name for... Excuse me. Oh my gosh. What is happening with my burps? Is there a name for what the shape of the GameCube without the Game Boy player? It's not a cube. It's like a rectangular box. I don't know. All right. So we should be able to flip. Oh yeah, so that was kind of the point, well, maybe somewhat the point. I mean, I think this was probably cheaper than the available North American consoles, is I wanted to see how it went with a different region console. I mean, that wasn't really the point. I mean, it was just cheaper. It does have actually these cool vent covers too, and there's one on the, oh God, this console is disgusting inside. This thing has all of these vent covers, and it's just caked in dust inside. Maybe the vent covers don't work. That's funny. Okay. All right, so now we need to take the back thing off, and let's just start at the front. So GameCube's not too terribly hard to take apart. Eventually I probably would like to replace the battery here. Save battery. So this whole piece just kind of comes off pretty easily. Same thing with the back piece. The back piece just has these little tabs and it just kind of comes out. You got a silver and a purple. Ooh, silver is cool too. I worked on Manic Socratic's silver, or somebody, he had a silver one that he sent me when I did the what is it, not the 101, which is the GameCube that doesn't have the digital port. I did the mod that adds the digital port to the not digital version. Okay, so now we've got to undo all these. So now I can put the extender back because I won't need that, and the game bit, and then I need one of these, because basically we have to actually. All right, never mind. Let's see. Let's follow the directions. If you read nothing else, read this note. Okay, let's look at the instructions first because I don't know what all I actually need to disassemble. So, Radical Plants is one of the developers, and also let me just see. Crispyville, I guess, is another one of the. Is that his name? I'm not sure. I don't have it pulled up, so I'm just going off the top of my head. So Radical Plants sent me a guide. So let's swap over to the guide. Install guide, I mean. Okay, so here it is. This is some docs.flippydrive.com/installation.html. Okay, so I'm going to do this stupid thing, and if I don't read anything else, I'm going to click this. So read this note. Okay, read this note. Danger. When closing the black flex locking tab, push it closed from the center, ideally with your whole thumb. Do not push it closed from one edge. You will break it if you try to close the tab unevenly. Okay. Apply force at center of actuator. No good. Force on one side of actuator. Okay. So where is that? That is on this. Is that on both of these connectors, I'm guessing? I'm not sure which, because there's two. Oh, I'm going to guess it's this one here. It's two of these, so YOLO, we'll get there. We'll get through the instructions. Ooh, I guessed their name. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the top. It's highly recommended to use the disk drive installation method, even if your drive is non-functional. The drive plug is included simply as a convenience for people who have lost their drive. Whoops. The OEM disk drive is rigidly attached with screws and provides a highly reliable connection for the Flippy Drive Flex. Okay, so here's all the stuff in the box. So that saves me actually from having to open mine. So you have this interesting flex cable that has these kind of like fingers on both sides. That's neat. You have the Flippy Drive itself, Rev 6, so this one matches mine. You have this cool connector thing here, and this other like mounting bracket, I'm guessing, and these two screws. So I have all that stuff in my kit. So it should only take 10-15 minutes, so we should have some time to copy files over. I do have some games on somewhere on one of those things, one of those other systems. So we should be able to copy some things over. I won't have to like go find them on my hard drive or whatever. All right, so step one, we did it already. Open the GameCube. Okay, it's not necessary to detach the front I/O. You may do so, but time will be lost and must be set on first. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. I didn't know that, actually. That's interesting. That makes sense, though, because you're actually detaching the battery. So you don't have to detach the front. Okay, so it sounds like we do have to get down to the drive. Okay, that's fine. All right, so the GameCube is sort of annoying because there's screws kind of everywhere. I guess the first thing that you should probably take off is the fan because there's more screws underneath it, and it prevents you from taking out a screw on the back. But there's just kind of screws. Ugh, this is a gross, dusty system. Well, I'll have to clean it after this stream. I probably should have done that first, but I was sort of busy. Hey, Trevor. Instructions, they've changed, man. They've changed. Hey, I read instructions. That's funny. That's great. Okay, so I think there's only two screws for the fan, and then you just kind of wiggle it. Oh, well, you also need to remove this, the red and black wire from that. So that kind of like prevents this whole thing from coming up. Then you can just yeet this thing out. See ya. Okay, now you have a lot more stuff exposed. This is nasty. You've got these three screws. Rogue Squadron is usually one of the good games. I think I have that actually on one of those SD cards. That was one of the games. So I had a collection of games because I was at the time when the GameCube came out, I was a Nintendo fanboy. So we had an Atari 2600, but only a couple of games. But then my parents gave that away to one of our cousins, and we never saw that again. I think they might have, I don't know what happened to that console. But our first console that we bought, because we got that used, we didn't buy that brand new. Our first new console was the Super Nintendo, and I didn't realize that there was an actual Nintendo. I was young. I mean, I would have been, I don't know, 3, 4 maybe ish when we got that. I didn't know that there was another Nintendo, like the original Nintendo. But then we got the N64 when that came out, and then by then I was old. By the time the GameCube came out, I mean early 2000, or in 2000 I was 10, so I was fully conscious and hopped up on video games, and so we needed a GameCube. We needed to have one, so I had a GameCube. We had a small collection of games, Melee, that Star Wars Rogue Squadron game, Mario Sunshine. I don't remember what else we had, but we had some games. Not a ton. Mario Party, one of the Mario Parties, whatever one was on the GameCube. So we were in the thick of it, Nintendo fanboy wise. So we loved, GameCube came first, but then later on I actually had both a PlayStation 2 and an Xbox. That was the first time we had another console in the same generation at the same time. We had we ended up having all three actually. It's kind of neat. So I kind of, I have a lot of nostalgia for the GameCube because that was the first, or that was, I don't know, that was the first one of that generation that I had. All the Nintendo first party are the best games. Yep. Oh, Luigi's Mansion, wasn't that was a GameCube game, right? Okay, so it's interesting that we don't need to remove these, right? Maybe we do. Maybe in the next step we do. Okay, so I kind of skipped a step. Well, actually, just shows underneath the. So no, we do have to get those. Nintendo for the win. Yeah. Well, somebody. I say that like when I did the N64, like the deblur, like I think at first I used the Tim Worthington's N64 RGB was the first RGB mod I did for the N64. And, like the first time I saw a deblurred N64, and then like later on I saw like a PlayStation 1 with component cables and stuff, and I realized, I always thought that the N64. I was just an N64 fanboy in general, but more recently I learned that the N64 doesn't look as good. I mean, it's close. It's not like it's trash. Like, it's not like the N64 is trash. But the PS1 is pretty much undebatably better looking. But like, it's slight. But just with all the blur and stuff with the N64, I guess it depends on the game that you're playing. Looks at my Xboxes and PlayStations. Yeah, I know. Now I collected pretty much everything of not everything, but there's a lot of things that I don't have. But I wish it had more games. Yeah, the GameCube didn't have that many games. Well, it had a lot of games, but only 20 million GameCubes are sold. Yeah. Well, the PS2 sold a lot more in I don't know, other Japan. Did they sell a lot of PS2s? I'm not sure. I guess it was the third-party games. Okay, so we're here. The disk drive is off. Oops, probably should switch here, huh? Okay, so pop that drive off. Boop. Okay, so now it's time to assemble the Flippy Drive. Okay, now I guess it's time for me to take my little stuff out of my bag. It's the same stuff as the beginning, so we've got that GameCube port 3D print thing. Let me see if I can guess what filament they used. I'm going to guess this is PETG. Could also be PLA. I would be very surprised if it was ABS or something else. Yep, that's my guess. Let's see. Yeah, this one is more shiny. This this is such a dumb thing. I like to guess if I get something a 3D printing part. I like to guess what filament that they used, and because of the shininess of this part, the bracket thing, PETG is pretty shiny like this when it prints it. Like you can see on this other print from the Bamboo Labs printer, it has this like kind of semi-glossy texture. Yeah, so that's, I think this is PETG, so that's good. that's approved. Okay. Now I don't have a way. I guess I could do this actually. Could we do this? Yeah, we have the technology. Looks like Polymaker PLA. Could be. I mean, PLA is not normally this glossy though. And I see some, I also see some stringing. Usually PLA doesn't string that much, and I see some, it's like micro stringing, but you could, I think this is PETG. That's such a dumb, I don't know why I went there. Okay, but I'm gonna put the instructions on the side here. Here, actually, do I need to make this a little bigger? Okay. So this is kind of terrible. Let me do this. Can I make it like half? Okay, you guys don't need to see that. Or that. Here we go. Step 2. Oh, it looks like PLA in the picture. Yes, you're right. It does kind of look like PLA in the picture. Or, I don't know. This is a dumb argument. Yes, you're right. It's kind of not as glossy in the picture, huh? Okay, so let's see. The mounting frame will cover one of the GameCube screw holes, so put one of the RF shield screws into the provided storage hole. Oh, okay. So it's not a it's not loose, right? So I can't just shove the screw in there. You actually have to screw it in, which I like, that there's a place to store it. That's a very good idea. I mean, most, some mods don't get rid of stuff like this, but some do, like the oh, it's a little loose. I mean, I wish the tolerance is a little tighter, but it'll stay in there. Okay. It takes up 3. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's scroll down. Fold the flex cable along the perforation as shown below. When viewing the flex cable, make sure the fold along the perforation results in the crease pointing upward like a W. Oh, it is perforated. Okay, wow. Or not perforated, but like, I thought this was cut all the way through and it's not. Okay. The flex is quite forgiving to excessive force, but it is undesirable to form a sharp fold. As long as it can see into the connector, it will function. Okay, so I have to do this. So fold it there. And then I guess like here and here, this needs to go down. Ah! Jeff Chen would be saying, what is the origami lingo? Because this is, if you don't know origami, there's like official terminology for which way you bend the paper, oriented by like how you're looking at it. It's like a valley fold are these two ones on the left. So if we're gonna make the Wario the W, the two ones on the left and the right, so the bottom of the W, those are valley folds, and the one in the middle that's pointing up is the mountain fold. That's like the origami lingo. Now, the more you know. That was a request from Macho Nacho. What was the origami names? That's funny. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I don't think we need to bend the heck out of this, but we're gonna see. So I think that's good-ish. So let's go to the next thing. Gently place the flex cable into the disk drive slot. Okay, so we've got to mind which way it's going. Oh, the screw holder. Ah, interesting. It is a good idea, for sure. Okay, so I think this is the correct way. I don't see like a before. Not like you need a before, but I don't see a which direction this thing is facing, but I think this is correct. So we just got to put this. You just got to blow the ancient dust out of the disk slot. Oh, wait a minute. Do I need to cut it? Long side goes on the heatsink side. Then that would be the opposite of how I was holding it. Oh. I'm sort of confused right now, actually. So it goes in like this. Oh, okay, yeah. It would be nice, you know, just to nitpick a second. It would be nice to see an orientation like a before, because I was kind of confused. If you have it this way, there's no way, like, for the sharp point being down, there's like no, you know, it doesn't do anything. So what they're trying to accomplish is put the inside fold part into the gap. So kind of like, oops. I think like this. Boom. It's a little bit delicate, but it's not that bad. So then you really have this thing kind of notched in there. Like that. And of course, when the actual disk drive is back in, it will kind of smash it down. No cut. So that's all I would suggest is like a right before the picture in the guide, just like it's like between this and that, like hold it this way when you're putting it in here. That's all. Verify the flex is, oh, literally the next picture is that. Okay, just keep scrolling and you'll, never mind. Maybe this is good enough. I don't know. It's fine. It was literally the next photo. I wasn't even looking at it. Okay. I think this might be fine enough. It's actually the next photo. Okay. So yeah, so that is how you verify it, is if it looks like the photo. Cool. Now fold down the flex cable such that it sits between the disk connector and the heatsink, and it is no longer on top of the heatsink. Okay, so then we need to just kind of snuggle this part in here, and then this part kind of down. Got it. So we're kind of making room for the disk drive to come back on top of it. Okay, cool. That is funny. Good tip on needing more indicators. Well, Trevor, it's funny because it's like the next photo was fine. Like if I had just kept scrolling, maybe you could just say like see below for orientation or something. I don't know. Like maybe you don't need another photo. But like I'm pretty visually minded, I suppose, right? So I had no problem kind of, I don't know, sussing out that it was I had held it the wrong way in the beginning. Yeah. Do not skip the step, as it will reduce the available length of the flex and make it harder to attach later. Okay, now fold the flex cable down such as, okay. Do not skip this step, as it will reduce the available length. You guys can't read this, but I'm not sure what this means. Do not skip this step, as it will reduce the, oh, okay, so it's important that it's folded down instead of up, probably for the length of this somehow. Later on needs to be, you probably lose a couple of millimeters or something. It's two-sided, one side. Yes, it is two-sided. Yes, so there's an inside and an outside to the, I guess I'll take it out to make that point. So there are fingers on the inside, right? So this will mesh with the disk drive itself. Then on the bottom, there are also fingers that interface with the slot in the slot. Yes, so it's kind of an interesting sandwich. I'm an idiot sandwich. Okay, cool. I think mine is on top of the heatsink. Yeah, it sounds like it's a distant. It might be like a distance thing. Okay. Step 2A with disk drive. Inspect your disk drive. Flippy drive flex cable will be escaping from under the shield. Oh, let me go. I guess I'll. Yeah. Will be escaping from under the shield on the front right corner if viewing the front of the disk drive. Excuse me, the front right corner. So like here. I know you guys can't see that, but some of the sheet metal RF shields are overly aggressively folded. Mine is, I wouldn't call it aggressively folded, no. If necessary, bend the shield very slightly back into square to restore the gap. There's a gap. So there's a, they're talking about this spot. I'll go into the thing. Okay, so this is the orientation. So the memory cards are the front, right? And so if we look at the GameCube, here's the memory card doors. Here's the memory card spot on the actual GameCube. We're talking about the front right, which is the closest to the memory card, right? So there's a little, this is like a gap in the RF shield. You guys can see it when I bend it like that. That's probably how the flex cable is going to like snake out of the console. So that's what they're talking about there. Okay. So if you need to expand the gap so that there is actually a gap, like if you look at the photo, it looks like it's bent backwards kind of. So you just kind of unbend it. On the back of the GameCube, route the flex cable between the nearby small gap and the large plastic mounting pillars. Gently lower the drive assembly down onto the GameCube and snake the flex cable through that slot in the folded sheet metal shield. Once the flex cable is in the proper position, push the drive downward. It only takes approximately 10 pounds of force to mate the drive with the GameCube. If you encounter more resistance, don't force it. Stop, remove the drive, inspect the flex cable placement. The flex cable is fairly tear resistant, but not if you put your entire body weight on it. Okay. So we need to, this is going to be hard to show. We need to kind of like put the flex cable through the slot, that gap. Then, this might be hard for you guys to see, but then we need to like line it back up with everything. So I haven't pushed it down yet. I'm just trying to look inside to see, well, let's just see what happens if I like push down a little bit. I heard a crunch, so that's not great. Okay. Okay, yeah, it was pretty easy. You don't want to go crazy. I would be looking into the gap here as you're doing it, just to make sure that you're not, like something is not wrong in there. So, okay, cool. So we got this little doohickey coming out of the side now. Okay, step 2B. Oh, that's without the disk drive, so we don't need that. But that's where the little plug thing comes in. Okay, step 3, install the Flippy Drive. Inspect the Flippy Drive, connect the flex. So at this point, should I update this first? Do I not want this in the console before I update it, or but when I update it? Or does it not matter? Inspect the Flippy Drive, connect the flex cable connector locking tab, and make sure it is in the unlocked up position. Danger, do not pry the tab up if it is already unlocked, as it will likely snap off. When unlocked, the tab wiggles gently when touched and sits proud of the rest of the connector body. Okay, got it. No, update after. Okay, you could try booting it up before you put it in completely together once you get the Flippy Drive on it. Okay, that makes sense. Fold it the wrong way and it becomes sentient. For Wi-Fi, I wonder if there should be an external antenna or something. Well, the ESP32 has has an antenna on it, and for the most part, haven't really had that much of an issue connecting to those ESP32 modules, even in a console with RF shielding and stuff. So, but yes, it might be an interesting future upgrade, I guess. Okay, so let's get this connector unconnected. Oh, no update now, but definitely load the latest update onto the SD card. Oh, don't update now. Okay. Okay, so I can leave it as it is and then update it later. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's... So I need to go back to the overhead. Holding in the same orientation as the photo, kind of. That'd be like this, but I've got to flap this flap up. Okay. So you guys can probably maybe see this. It's sticking up right now, so that's fine. That's how we want it. Sorry, I'm sick, so leave me alone. After attaching the mounting frame, oh, wait. Okay, so it just wants us to unlock that. Okay, fine. Put that down. Now, attach the mounting frame to the GameCube with 2 of the RF shield screws. Okay. So rotate. Look at my disgusting GameCube. And then we put this in here. And then we put 2 bolts in it. Okay, cool. So let's scoot that back. Okay, so we got these 2 little things. Oh. Okay, 1. Just making sure I get it back into the same screw hole. Don't want to strip it. Okay, cool. So we got those 2 in. Like so. Now we scroll. Check the orientation of the flex cable and line it up so that the 2 triangles are on the same side. Oh. 2 triangles. Check the orientation of the flex cable. 2 triangles. I don't see another triangle. Okay, well, I see a triangle. Attach the flex cable to the Flippy Drive. Gently push it down until it reaches the hard stop and push close to the locking tab. So here's our little note. Okay, so here's the final picture. All right, so we want to not... Yes, I'm sort of familiar with these types of FFCs from the 3DS. The 3DS has terrible locking things. They're really delicate and annoying. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna guess then triangle to triangle. That makes sense now. But it looks like it connects on this side. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Okay, so just double checking everything. The locking tab is up-ish. Then there's a triangle on the connector. Then, oh, okay, that's not bad at all. Now I've got to use the entire thumb. Okay, it went down. Okay, yep. So now it's flush. I don't want to like wiggle this thing around too much because it's connected, but the connector is down all the way. So that was pretty painless. Cool. All right, so now let's see. Got to hold both of these things kind of together as I look at this now. Attaching the flex cable to the Flippy Drive after mounting it to the frame is quite difficult. Got it. That's how we did it before. Using a number 0 Phillips, attach the Flippy Drive to the frame with the 2 provided screws. Okay, so that's what the other little screws are for. So now I've got to let me like can I put the fan underneath? Cool, I can. It looks like I probably need a smaller screwdriver. Good thing I have my iFixit kit, and I gotta have a size 0. Shoop. Size 0 screwdriver. Time to test. Time to test. You never took apart a GameCube before this? Yeah, it's not. It's a little intimidating, I think. Not as intimidating as a Wii. That one, it sucks taking that apart. Oh, you guys can't see. Okay, 1 and 2. Don't want to tighten it down too much because you're just screwing into 3D printing filament. Cool. All right. Nice. That is a pretty slick install, I have to say. It was pretty painless. I mean, we're not finished yet, I suppose, but well, I suppose that's probably what this is for. It's probably for that Ethernet adapter in the future, maybe. Oh, and see, there's a square on the other side, so you got to make sure you're matching up the triangles with the triangles and the squares with the squares. Cool. Okay, verify installation. If you remove the front panel, time will be lost. You have to set the clock. Okay, so I do need to connect probably the fan. Okay, so I could put away the that for a second. Let's get this back into a state where we can boot. So I need to connect the front thing. Ugh, gross. Gross eBay dust. So we can just kind of do that for that. And then I probably should, I'm not going to like put the fan back, but I'll connect the fan. Or I'm not going to screw it back, I should say. But I'll just like place it back. Hopefully good enough. Okay, so at least we get a little bit of cooling. Although my air conditioner is literally like blowing across my desk onto it, so that's fine. All right, so let me just pre-read some stuff. Connect the GameCube to the display and power on the GameCube. So I need to get a composite cable, composite multi-out cable, because GameCube doesn't have, I don't have any SD cable. It does, not SD. Does GameCube support S-video output? I'm not sure. But I don't have any S-video multi-out cables. So I need a composite cable because this doesn't have a video output mod. And I don't have any of those external. I should probably get one of those HDMI things. And I need my power adapter. Okay, so let me get those two things. Probably should have already gotten those ready, but shut up. Just kidding. Okay, so that's here probably for my video cable. This is the cheap, gross knockoff one. I don't know where I got this from. So there's a composite cable. Then I need the power. And I'm just going to use a North American one. I don't have, like I said, this is a Japanese console, but I don't have a Japanese power adapter. Do I? No. I don't think I do. So I think that's fine. Question mark. Well, it's definitely fine, right? Because these power bricks just convert to 12 volts anyways. So it's really like the input side that would be different, I guess, right? Okay. So let's get this crap out of here. Ah! Get that crap out of here. Okay. Put this over here. Plug it in. I'm going to guess then, and that means that the top shell doesn't need to be on, or does it? Don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, so power adapter. Oh, I did need to connect that thing anyways, because that's how you connect the, I'm talking about the fan. The fan thing, fan connector. Okay, so that is there. That is there. Okay, now I can connect the composite cable to, I don't know, RetroTink, I guess. I'll have to restart it. You should always restart your RetroTink every time you use it, I guess. Plug it into the front. Why not? Okay, so let's go to. Oh, I need a GameCube controller. It's in my drawer of rando crap. I have a Smash Ultimate one. Comes with a really long, like the 10-foot long cable. That's right, USA external power supply is ideal. Yep. So I guess, just to be clear, I guess you could use a Japanese one in North America. Probably the console probably isn't different. It's probably the adapter, I guess, that's different. Download, update, move it to the SD card. Okay, we'll get there in a second. We'll just click the button just to see proof of life. All right, so let's go to RetroTink. Let's restart it because we know it's going to need it. So I disconnect the power, and then I plug it back in. Okay. Then I find my remote. Then I go to menu. Goodbye. Then I go to menu, input, front composite. Then we turn it on. Yeet. Got a little red light. Woo! GameCube. Oh no. Okay. I didn't expect this. I should have known. Okay. I need to do one other thing. I need to be able to click that. Okay. Now I should be able to see what you guys are seeing. Well, which one of these options? Top Shelf doesn't need to be on. It doesn't matter right now, but let her leave it off. Okay, cool. Did Google Translate? Oh, I can't. My phone. Oh, gosh. Well, okay. I just hit the first one. Woo! Nice. It just booted. Waiting for ESP-boot. Woo! We're doing stuff. Programming the RP2040. Programming the ESP32. Woo! It's doing things. Sweet. Look at this. Oh, let me get rid of the menu. Sorry. Menu. Sweet. Not assembled correctly. No, it's because I disconnected the battery on the GameCube. I think that was the clock warning thing, probably. So this is pretty cool. It like injects this cool loading screen, which is neat. Okay, press start. I like the kind of hands off. Well, I mean, it shows you info, but it's like hands off. You don't really need to do anything. It's just auto magic. Woo! Yeah, yeah. I flipped this thing quite a few times on my desk, so I'm glad that it's working. Oh, now what? Yeah, it's the daytime reset thing. Yep. Oh, now what? Well. Do I need to turn this off now? Do I need to restart? Let me go back to the... how many people can I get to just watch a black screen? Okay, now I need to install the update. Black screen on Japanese console from old software. Got it. Okay. Okay, so now I think, is there a different guide for updating firmware? Let's see, using the Flippy Drive, game compatibility, troubleshooting, networking, other mod compatibility. Let's see, using the Flippy Drive, software updates. Got it. Okay, so there is one. So let's go here. Okay, so there on the left-hand side here, there's I found the software updates thing, so that's where I got that. Okay, installing from. Okay, I can probably turn the console off, right? Installing from a micro SD card. In order to install software updates from the micro SD card, you must download the update.fpkg file from the latest. Okay, so I don't know which one is the. Well, you know what? I'll be lazy and I'll say, oh, I don't know where my micro USB card is, and I'll just use the SD card because I do have a SD card that I'm gonna dedicate to this thing. Okay, so over here on the GitHub, while this is going, this is the what is it called? The releases. So here's the pre-release, the latest pre-release, which is 0.2.6 from what day? 2 days ago. Or they're both from 2 days ago. Okay, click that. Then we need update.fpkg. Now I need an SD card reader for my SD card. Guess I'll just use this one. So I got my nice fresh. Oh, does it matter if it needs to be FAT32? This has not been formatted. This SD card I just pulled out of the package like 2 minutes before the stream started. So we're just going to send it. and see what happens. I haven't formatted anything. It's going to be what, exFAT. So this comes as exFAT. Okay. No, you don't need to bother Trevor with everything. This is my thing. I go in blind and I just do crazy stuff and figure out what's going on. Okay, so we've got this nice fresh thing. Now we go to downloads and I can just copy that into here. While I'm at it, well, let's see. I don't know how long it's going to take to update, but we've got it's only 10, so that's great. We're making good progress. So I can pull some games off of the other SD cards that I've got in a second. Okay, update that FPG. Okay, so now in order to start the update, you must hold down X on the Player 1 controller while turning on the GameCube. Okay, so SD card out, SD card in. Which is kind of at a interesting spot. It's like behind it. Let me get this overhead cam action. It's kind of, oh gosh, everything is falling apart. I don't want to turn this over too much because it's, but the SD card slot is in the back here. Okay. It's in a little fiddly spot behind everything. It's like behind here. So you can see the black, that's where my SD card was here. So that's in. So now, oh gosh, everything's falling apart. No, it's fine. So while this is starting, I gotta hold X. So it's this button that I'm gonna press. So let's go back to the capture and see what happens. Holding X and Powerino. So it's, oh, by the way, it's a 256 gigabyte SD card if you wanted to know. Okay, Japanese text. Okay. Is it expecting an A button? Okay, let's read again. There's an alternative to doing this where you can create an empty file called force update on root of the SD card. This will do the same thing as holding down the X and force the Flippy drive. So I don't know if there was something in the Japanese there that mentioned an error, but let me try one more time. Holding down X. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. So there must have been a weird interstitial error that I was getting from the GameCube, but I was just doing it a second time, it worked fine. Cool. And now when we see this, we can just, preparing SD card updates. I do like the clean white aesthetic in the UI for this boot. No offense to Extrems and Swiss. You know, Swiss is fine actually. There's some other projects that are more garish than Swiss. So, but I'm a minimalist when it comes to UI things. Okay, so while this is happening, I'm going to grab my SD card from, I don't know, what was probably my PicoBoot console. And I'm going to start, press start. Oh, that's it. The update's finished. Okay, this was only a 32 gigabyte flash drive. Okay, so press start on the thing. Waiting for boot. Okay. Things are happening. Okay, now I'm going to guess that QBootloader? Alpha test, QBoot. Okay, do I need to restart now again? Ooh, that's kind of neat. Is there a way to change the language in the UI here? Okay, games got to be on the... Oh, wait, so that's how you load it? You load games so it doesn't use Swiss at all? What? Okay, that blew my mind. Did not expect that. All right, I'm going to sit down. And we can see what's on this. So I just turned it off. Let's see what's on my PicoBoot SD card. I've got games here. So I've got like 8 games. Do I have a second SD card adapter? Probably the one that Mike Chi sent. Maybe I could use that one. Oh, never mind. I have this other U-green one. Okay. So I've got a second. So I'm going to put, so the PicoBoot one is in here, but I'm going to take out the Flippy Drive one. So this is the most annoying part currently, because I guess what we're waiting for Wi-Fi loading stuff that doesn't work, or it's in progress or something. So for now, I'm just going to manually copy files over. So that's why it's a little obnoxious that the unit is on the inside, but there's going to be other add-ons and things, I guess, in the future. Someone mentioned that Laser Bear is going to have an SD card extension thing, which I don't know where that would come out of the system, but okay, so let's see how fast that we can copy. So we just try A game, and where do they go? Let's see, can we read? Software updates, using it, reassembly, installing. Flippy Drive assets, nope. Is there like a folder structure? Or poor interface? We'll be adding a setting for Japanese consoles to use English on the menu. That's sick, so you can actually do that in software. That's kind of neat. Wow, that's cool. Not like it's totally, you know, it's kind of cool that it's in Japanese still, but being able to toggle back and forth would be cool. ISOs, just slap them on the root of the SD card. Okay. Click on using the, okay, using the Flippy Drive. Okay, I should have seen that. SD card. You can use an SDXC card. We do not suggest using SD cards with capacity less than 4 gigabytes. In order to use the Flippy Drive, you must first format the SD card or configure Wi-Fi to target a desktop machine. Huh? In order to use Flippy Drive, you must format first format the SD card or configure Wi-Fi to target a desktop machine. Oh, so is Wi-Fi? Oh, I see. So you can do Wi-Fi loading. Okay. Make sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. This sentence is a little confusing. Make sure the SD card is formatted exFAT. So it's already exFAT, so that's good. Okay, so let's just see how long is it going to take to copy games from one to the other. So on the bottom is my PicoBoot drive, and on the top is the Flippy Drive. How many hours is it going to take? Oh, 11 minutes. That's not bad. Okay, so we got to hang out for 11 minutes. We can read the website. Once the SD card is formatted, you can place ISO, GCM, or FDI files. So what are these? These are ISOs. Yep, okay. Currently, only files ending in ISO are detected by PicoBoot. Okay, so the PicoBoot replaces Swiss. Wow, I did not know that. So we don't even need Swiss at all, which is fine. You know, I think it's interesting. Like, we'll have to see if it's Swiss is nice because it gives you all a bunch of other features that, you know, Xtrems has basically put like a lifetime's worth of effort into Swiss and all the settings and things, configuration. So I appreciate Xtrems and Swiss for that. But it sounds like PicoBoot kind of does some of the same similar stuff automatically. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay. When booting the GameCube using Flippy Drive, you have 3 options. Update mode. If you hold down the X button on the Player 1 controller, it will start a software update. Pass-through mode. If you hold down the left trigger on the Player 1 controller when powering on the console, it will force the GameCube to start the disc in pass-through mode. Currently, a pass-through mode is only done by fully rebooting the console and handing off control of the drive. Okay, so you can't like detect that there's a drive or disk in the drive and like automatically boot to it. Got it. Currently, okay. This means that it does not support loading games from other regions yet. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to play North American games on this console. But you could have a, what are those called? Those disk drive mods. X something or other. There's an X something or other mod that's like $3 or something on eBay. You probably could use that, and then you could probably play region-free games. So that'd be a cheap way. I'm assuming that eventually development will be done where you can play other regions on like using Flippy Drive. But in the meantime, if you wanted to, you could probably use one of those X. I don't remember what they're called. Swiss support also in development once Xtrems gets this Flippy Drive. Okay, so there will be a Swiss integration. But it's nice that it uses the GameCube interface. That's kind of cool. I like that. Well, Jake Co. I don't have any Japanese games, so unfortunately we can't. You can get very fast SD cards. Yeah, I mean, these are loading at what? What is the speed? Doesn't say, but it was nowhere near 11 minutes. It was probably 5 minutes. But yeah, I mean, these are going through USB. Wow, it's cool how it has a bar and no speed. Like, what is the point of having a bar Windows if you're just gonna? It's just in the middle somewhere. Like, okay, you're just telling me that it's working. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Normal mode. If you do not hold down any buttons while the GameCube is turned on, it will boot directly into QBoot. However, if you placed a boot.dol file in the root, okay, so you could boot directly to Swiss if you name Swiss boot.dol. Cool. QBoot will play the GameCube startup animation and then jump directly into the QBoot loader, which allows you to select a game to play. Can you navigate other DOLs? Like, could you have a mixture of games? We'll have to see what the interface looks like when games are installed, but could you have games and DOLs just in the middle there, or just in that menu? That'd be kind of cool. So you could choose to boot to Swiss if you wanted to. You can navigate the loader with the analog stick and press A to select a game. If you don't want to start that game, simply press B to go back to the list of games. Once you are ready to play, press start on the game select screen and it will immediately boot the game. Cool. Okay, I think, can we look at the networking? Nothing. Wi-Fi. The Flippy Drive, it has onboard Wi-Fi for management, updates, and experimental support. I gotta look around on my cameras and stuff. That's why I'm like moving my head. For loading games live. All of this is accomplished with the Flippy Drive application. So there's an app or something. This application and Wi-Fi configuration is still in internal testing, coming soon. Okay, so we can't configure the Wi-Fi yet. Gameplay network requirements. Playing games live over Wi-Fi is very network intensive and desktop server dependent. As such, live loading of disk images is experimental and will likely remain that way forever, as results cannot be guaranteed under many conditions. GameCube disk interface is a simple command response style, so any network delays in responding to requests can cause significant performance problems. In general, your network must meet the following requirements: less than 5 milliseconds ping, ability to maintain MCS4 data rates of 39 megabits per second, no significant interference, SNR drops. For multi-AP or multi-access point setups, ability to bond Flippy Drive to the nearest AP as it may select a suboptimal distance AP BSSID. What is BSS? I know SSID is the name of the thing, but I don't know what B is. The name of the access point is SSID, or the name of the network being broadcast by the SSID or access point. Yeah. The upcoming OnCube Wi-Fi configuration app. Oh, so you'll be able to configure it on the GameCube. That's kind of sick. Will include a speed and latency test to indicate. Okay, so that's kind of cool. If nothing else, I think for bare minimum, if you could like put a file on the drive with your games that's like set like network config or something, and you can select it in from the menu, and you know it'd be annoying to type it out with the controller, but you could do it. Put in your Wi-Fi username and password, and then be able to, well, I don't know. I'm not sure what would be better if you could like enable an FTP server or something. That would be cool. So I wonder if you could have an FTP session open. That'd be kind of neat. So then you could just drag a bunch of files over. Those being listed in the menu is coming soon. Okay, so that's cool. So that'd be cool because you could have. I'm guessing that this Wi-Fi app is going to be a DOL file, because DOLs are like the homebrew apps files for the GameCube, I think, right? Like Swiss is a DOL file. Game Boy Interface, I believe, is another DOL file. Interesting. Okay, so my files are done? Question mark? Yeah, they are. Look at that. Not bad. Cool. All right, let's see what happens when I take... Where's my bigger drive? So this has a bunch of space. So I got a 256 gig SanDisk guy. So that I can load up with a bunch of files. That's cool. I just got to remember how to put this in. Cool. All right. Let's switch to the capture. You could have a Wi-Fi hotspot right by the GameCube. That would kill. So I would like in the future. I actually would like. I have a maybe I don't know if this is bad security, but I have a Eero. What are they? What is that brand? I don't know what the brand is, but the Eero routers, the mesh router system. I have one right below me, and I would like to have one like in my room. It's kind of a weird thing, but like sometimes I lose. I have a Cape style house, and the access point is directly below me in my office / bedroom here, and I have a bathroom in the center of the house. And sometimes when I'm going to the bathroom and I'm using my phone, as one does, I drop Wi-Fi signal in the bathroom. So I guess I would like to have an AP up here in my room. That'd be kind of cool. FTP incoming to allow copying files will likely only be able to achieve speeds of 8 to 10 minutes per game. It will also be possible to play games over Wi-Fi and have them copy as you play. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, well, if it's slow-ish, well, I suppose that the Ethernet connection probably. So, in the future, you meant on the site it mentioned that there was going to be an Ethernet port. I'm assuming that's going to be just the. What's the broadband adapter? Is it 100 megabit? So probably still it would take a while to copy games over. So it's a limitation of the GameCube interface or something, or is it a limitation of the Flippy Drive stuff? Okay, so let's boot this guy up. Not holding any buttons down on the controller. Check out Ubiquity. Yes, I would like to have some Ubiquity things. That's true. I know you can get a Ubiquity router for like or access point for like $100, so it's possible. Another update dropped? Is there like a? Oh no! I closed the comments. What? I closed YouTube. Okay, we're back. We're back, baby. Okay, so we'll look at this in a second. I just want to look at the update. It didn't drop. Oh, I'm in the wrong page. That's funny. I don't see it yet. Doesn't exist. Oh, maybe there's a hidden. Oh, there is a Discord. So it's possible they're talking about the Discord. Okay, well let's just look at this stuff first. So unfortunately, we're kind of limited at we're limited to composite. I'm just connecting my my headphones here. I need to figure out how to do that. If I double tap this, and then I press this, and then I click show Bluetooth devices, then I hit connect. Will that just work? Nope. It's annoying if I want to connect 3 devices to this my Anchor headset. It like blows up. So I have to like re-add it, which is fine. It only takes 2 seconds, but adding a device. So I need to like click that again. There we go. Sound core. Connect. Didn't get a response from the device. That's annoying. Okay, well, let's turn it off and turn it back on again. Nothing's happening to my headphones. What is happening? Okay, we're on. Bluetooth, sound core, work. Oh, this is the worst. Work, dang it. Oh, brother. Do I need to... Maybe if I turn Bluetooth off and on again. Let's try that. Add device. Bluetooth. Sound core. Okay, well, I'm going to frickin' chuck this thing out the window. Guess I'm just going to slum it with my old headphones. Jeez, sucks. Okay. Sorry, guys. You guys are live witnessing me struggle. Okay, well, my stupid portable monitor has an output, speaker output. Let's try that. Hey, it's working. Okay. God, okay, sorry. I'm back. All right, let's read the comments. Ethernet will be way fast. Okay, that's good. Sweet. Flippy Drive update. Okay. 2 to 3 minutes per to copy per game over Ethernet. Okay, that's good. Love how that native design looks. Yeah, it's cool. Does the Flippy Drive support Swiss or just PicoBoot? So, maybe somebody answered this already. They're working on dual boot support, which is loading .dol files from PicoBoot here, which would be Swiss. So I think you'd be able to boot Swiss from here in the future. This Flippy Drive is still in beta and is still under quite a bit of development. It's very exciting to see what they've accomplished. Yes, for sure, and how relatively easy it was to install. All right, let's send something. Let's try. Somebody mentioned this earlier. Press start to play. Oh, the audio is off. Memory card not inserted. Bother. Oh, bother. Is it possible to put the memory card in now? DB error? Don't give me a DB error. Oh, does that mean I have to restart the console? Man. All right, I gotta restart, I guess. Oh, look at that. Does it restart to the game? Oh, okay. Memory card is formatted for use in a different territory. No! Well, I didn't see this coming. How do I... I'm using the MemCard Pro. Is it possible? Uh-oh. I hit a button and it said creating card. I hit the left button. Okay. Okay, let's try to restart. Okay. How do we do this now? You could bypass that. Switch to a different VMC. I think I did, right? I'm on channel 8 now. DB error. So I was on channel 1 before. Then I guess I hit the wrong button and it made channel 8. Multi-region memory card feature is not ready yet. That's a Flippy Drive thing, or a Mem Card Pro thing. Okay, so we can't get past this. Oh, we can. Oh, here we go. So I could make a new one. So I'm gonna make page 2. I'm gonna forget all this in the future, so I hope I don't ruin anything. So page 1 is my regular one. Page 2 is gonna be my Japanese one, I guess. So I just need to wait for that to be done. Then I hit Format Memory Card. Hey, there we go. This dumb intro. Yes, sweet. I was waiting for the drop, like the dubstep Star Wars Cantina mix. I forgot this was 2001, so we don't have that yet. Somebody should edit the Rogue Squadron, the intro, to just be a dubstep drop. Nice, that's working. So let's go to... I don't think there's any... Are there any FMVs in this game? I'm gonna get rid of my overhead camera. The game's probably super loud, is it? Turn it down a skosh. Okay, start. Go. Woo! We're doing it. It's a trap! Oh, hell yeah, I want the X-Wing. Let's see, is there a loading screen in this? A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Are there any of the 8 games? I couldn't skip any of that, unfortunately.
All wings report in. Red 10 standing by. Red 7 standing by. Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by. Red 9 standing by. Red 2 standing by. Red 11 standing by. Red 5 standing by. Lock S4's in attack position. Watch yourself. There's a lot of
FMV will run crazy well, given that our drive speeds are 10 to 20 megabytes. The original drive is 3 to 5 megabytes. Wow.
Red Leader, we've got you covered.
Yeah, I think it doesn't look that bad, actually. I mean, it's a little grainy, but... Woo! We got her. Oh, the inverted controls is not, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan. I don't think there's a way to invert the controls, is there? Cockpit, auto switch, auto roll, auto level. Nope, I don't see it. And these are terrible composite cables. These are literally like the $50 ones. They're not shielded at all. Shielded with bubblegum wrappers.
2 more to go. One more to go.
Is there an option to limit the speeds? Set the emulation speed. Oh, that's cool. So you can adjust the speed of the...
Keep half your group out of range for the next run.
Oh.
Squad leader.
All right, so that's
we've
cool.
picked up
So
an-
that's Rogue Squadron. Let's get back to QBoot. I wonder if is there like an in-game reset to get back to QBoot? Or is that what it's called, QBoot? It's worth it just to get the Nintendo loading screen because having to boot into Swiss every time is a little much. All right, so Sunshine. I have Sunshine in here, right? Oh yeah, I do, right there. Yeah, I mean it loads right away, right? Like there's no patching or anything. Like the well, it might be patching. Is there patching happening? Oh, should I have watched that FMV? Oh, it plays again, doesn't it? I want to create a memory card. Don't I have one already? Oh, I might have to switch. Oh, okay, so I do have to do that. So two is my Japanese thing. I just want to check out this first opening video thing. We already watched a little bit of it, right? The jankiness of this FMV is a little less apparent on composite.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with this so far. I mean, there's a lot of little things coming, but it's playable, right? It's playable now. I don't know if there's any game limitations. There is a...
What's this icky paint like goop?
What's this icky paint like goop?
Now, boys, don't touch that stuff.
There is a list of compatible or game compatibility that people who have Flippy drives already are sort of populating. So that's nice to see compared to other... Well, I guess...
Excuse me,
I don't think there's other projects like the PicoBoot or anything that have like a list like that. I mean, it's... I don't
am
know.
most concerned with the well-being of the princess in this dreadful heat. Master Mario, if you would, cross over to that shore and find some assistance.
Okay, so I guess that's it. Should we boot Luigi's Mansion? Check out that FMV. Oh, presumably patches are optional. I don't really know what patches do either. Wow, I think this is like the first mod that I've actually been on time or early.
Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo. I want to put a little sticker on my Memcard Pro that says 1 for English, 2 for Japanese. Ooh, let's view that Pikmin movie. Yeah. Some FMV. It's working, right? I don't think I need to watch this all the way through, but. Nice. Well, that's satisfying. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say other than I suppose we could see. I do have a couple of minutes. Would you guys want to see like the GCLoader trying those, like the FV or something? I figure that I'll probably do like an actual whole video on like the 3 different consoles trying the same sort of test. I mean, just for science. It's not really anything like well, okay, not for science. Nothing like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. Nothing like a crazy test, like to see who is the actual winner or whatever. But I'm just curious because I've never really done a side-by-side comparison, and I have all 3 of the. Well, I don't have a kunai, but I think that is most similar to the PicoBoot. But it sounds like there are other. So okay, let's see what's left currently that I would like to see. Obviously, the ability to. Trevor mentioned that there might be a setting where you can change the language. So this is a Japanese GameCube, right? So if we go back to the menu here, it's pretty much all in English or in Japanese. So it'd be cool to be able to switch regions somehow, right? So that's, I guess, the first thing that I would like to see. But that's sort of like a nice to have. That's like not like a necessary thing. I guess necessary things. Some better way to get games onto the SD card, right? Because as soon as you knit this thing back up, GCLoader GitHub lists some game issues. Oh, okay, I would probably prepare those games for that other stream, Mario Mad Productions. I would get all those games on an SD card and then do them side by side, I suppose. I don't imagine that the Flippy Drive is going to be available for sale before 2 streams from now. Let me see. Do I have Resident Evil? I don't think I have Resident Evil on here. No, I only have these 8 games right now. But I could acquire them. Actually, you know what? I'd probably have to acquire a bigger SD card because I only have a 32 gigabyte one for the PicoBoot, and I don't know what my GCLoader has either. So, more convenient way to get files onto the SD card after it's buttoned up, because right now the SD card is internal, and not like internal as in like where the disk, like replacing the disk drive. Although, you know, I'm sure that there's some people that won't care. The easiest thing to do, or well, we'll have to see what LazyBear comes up with, but you could very easily replace the disk drive with another SD card extension cable, like the PicoBoot, or no, the GCLoader, right? So if you didn't care about your disk drive, you could just have the SD card there. If you wanted both, then you'd have to find a spot. I don't know, maybe with the SD2, well, you have to find a good location. Like, I don't know how you would do that. I unplugged my Everhead camera, so I can't really show you. But so you'd have to have another way of like having the SD card be out. So I'm sure they're coming up with something. Maybe like where the SD2 SP2 comes out, but without needing the SD2 SP2, because you can kind of snake the a cable, maybe somehow. I don't know. They have to figure that out. So that's the, I guess, priority 1. Other than like, you know, game compatibility things, because PicoBoot is sort of convenient because you can use the SD2 SP2 or the SD Gecko to load games. Even, well, the downside of the PicoBoot is that it's slower. Like you might have some game FMV issues or whatever. It's not as quick as the apparently as the Flippy Drive. So I don't know, some easier way to copy games to the drive. Otherwise, obviously, being able to load DOLs from the QBoot loader here, right? So being able to boot into Swiss if you wanted to would be nice. Or any other homebrew, like Game Boy interface, right? Booting to Game Boy interface from here. No, Benner, not yet, apparently. I think the Laser Bear SD card extension replaced the power LED diffuser. Oh, really? Oh, is there a picture on Twitter? I think I remember seeing that. I think you're right. It replaces the little slot in the front. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Huh. I didn't think about that. That's actually a good location for it because it's like, let me show you. It's like not in the shroud here. So like it would be if you put it like, well, like this, you know, like let's say the Flippy Drive is where. Flippy Drive would be like over in this area. Over in this area here, like outside of the shroud. And you could just snake it up to the front here. So that's kind of a cool idea, right? So that would be easier to, and it's just 2 screws. I mean, it's just screwed in place there. So like that would be a really convenient spot, I think. Yeah, that would solve it. That'd be cool. Plus, it's not like a big printed thing, right? You're not losing the drive or anything. Yeah, so that'd be cool. I can't wait for that. So that's like a must for me would be that. Although, you know, if there are other, so there is an Ethernet add-on coming eventually to give you an Ethernet. I don't know if it's like the equivalent of a broadband adapter or if it's just Ethernet connectivity for loading games or streaming games to the Flippy Drive itself. So it's not really like a network drive. It's like just connectivity for the Flippy Drive. There's also some Wi-Fi app for, I guess you could also load games that way, although it would take you minutes for each game, which some people probably are fine with, but I probably wouldn't choose that. But yeah. So really it's the SD card extension thing is my only gripe, and maybe not gripe, but like it's coming, right? I don't have it yet. That's that's my gripe. It's not really a gripe. I have a few kunai and PicoBoots ready to install, and then I saw this in development several months ago and kind of just didn't do those. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, PicoBoot is nice because it's really cheap. Kunai, I don't know. That's also cheapish, but you still got to do soldering. You can load a single DOL. Oh, that's right. You can put a boot.dol file on the root of the SD card, I believe. So you can load 2 Swiss, I think, but I think that would replace the QBoot loader. Not replace it, but bypass it, right? So you'd load into Swiss instead. The add-on is Ethernet to the Flippy Drive. BBA emulation is planned eventually. Okay, so that it's a possibility to have an actual broadband adapter. Oh, there was an update 27 minutes ago. Version 0.2.7. Does it mention any of the... Is there like a change tracker or something? No, I don't see anywhere that shows what was updated, but I should put it on there. Future revisions will make them a selectable item in the menu. So that would be cool to be able to put DOL, like, really the only ones I would probably care about are Swiss and Game Boy interface. So just having those on there would be cool. All right, so I think I'm going to sign off now because I actually have to wake up early tomorrow and go to a Memorial Day parade. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling great too, so it's like on top of all this other garbage. So I want to revisit the Flippy Drive. I really appreciate the TeamOffBroadway for sending me one. So this is a pre-production, whatever, alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it, beta, I suppose. This is revision 6. I really want to thank them. I'm kind of blown away by the documentation is great. And this is not a knock on the other things, right? Because, you know, I treat almost everything sort of individually. But I'm impressed by the documentation. The website is pretty good. Pretty much low effort to update the firmware, right? I didn't have to worry about where to. Again, my GameCube is apart, so that's fine. Like I don't have to worry about taking it apart to update it. I would have to do that. Like as soon as I put the GameCube back together, now it's annoying to have to update because you have to take it apart to access the SD card. Eventually, there will be that Wi-Fi thing, so you might be able to do Wi-Fi loading, updating. I mean, but it's not ready yet. I guess not public yet, or not beta yet. I don't know. But yeah, I really appreciate it. So what I'll do is I'll probably schedule a stream, not the next stream, because the next stream we're gonna get back to the Micro 8088 build, and yeah, that'll be good. And then probably the following stream, depending on how that goes, I'll probably end up just switching back off of that again. I want to circle back to my throat is like falling apart. That's another reason why I'm in the stream. I do want to have like a little mini shootout. Nothing scientific, but still experimental, right? In the vein of science, just to see. I guess there's a list of. Somebody mentioned there's a list of games that are not or Mario map productions maybe. In the GCLoader GitHub, there's a list of games that have issues. So maybe we can see those games and how they work on each of those different. So PicoBoot or yeah, PicoLoader. PicoBoot? Yeah, PicoBoot. GCLoader and Flippy Drive. Just kind of do a side-by-side. Changelog is on the... Oh, okay, so it's on the TeamOffBroadway site under software updates. That's what I was looking. That's what I want to look for. Under Flippy Drive shop. Oh, did I... Under software updates. I don't see software supports, maybe support. Their support site. No, that's not it. I have to look around my camera. Anyway, so we'll figure that out. We'll look at the changelog. That's kind of a cool thing because if you could see what's changed between one release and the next, this is kind of a cool thing. But yes, I would like to do a little mini shootout. Just a couple of games or some games. If you have a game in mind that you want to see, does YouTube allow you to comment in the actual comments during a live stream or not until after the VOD? I'm not sure. Well, maybe don't put them in the chat or wherever the chat is on your computer or whatever. Maybe message me on Twitter if you really want to see a part of a game, reasonably testable. Tweet it to me, and I'll make a little list, and I'll get those games, and then we'll try them in each of the different systems, I guess. Because I really would like. That's what I would like. If I wanted to decide between those different ones, although I know you can't really get the GCLoader, so it's really the PicoBoot versus this, PicoBoot / Kunai versus this. That's what I would like to see. So Discord is going to be an easy way to find it, though. Oh, the changelog on the Discord. Yeah, I didn't even visit Discord, but there's a Discord that has heavy support stuff. Like if you have, I don't know how many people have this already. So you watching, you probably don't. But yeah, there is a. Before I sign off, my throat is my voice is falling apart. If you visit the TeamOffBroadway website and you go to the shop, there is only one thing, and that is the Flippy Drive. Oh, before there was a thing to put your... I thought there was a thing to put your... Oh, okay, there's a Google form or something. Here you go. So there's a little Google form that you can put your email. If you want one. Or if you want to get a notification when they're available. Features that are not in the current preloaded... Oh, this is the beta stuff. Okay, got it. information about the beta. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested, you can sign up, put your email in there, and then they will. Is there a link in the Discord anywhere? To the Discord? Oh, to the I think it's a. Let me get an invite. I'll put it in the chat here. I'll also put it in the before I log off. Let me put that in the. Can I do that from here, or do I have to go to YouTube? Well, as soon as this stream is done, I'll put the link to their Discord to the. It's not specifically a Flippy Drive. It's just the TeamOffBroadway. So I'll put that in the description also. You'll be able to go to their Discord and ask questions or see what other people are working on right now. So like there's other people that have these beta units and they're kind of using them now. So you can see what they're doing and just see what's coming. So, all right, thank you very much. I got to go. My voice is dead. I have to wake up at like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, which doesn't seem early, but it's early for me. So, yeah, like I said, leave any comments. If you're watching the VOD, leave any comments of stuff that you want me to test down below, and we'll kind of do a mini shootout in a couple of streams with the other things that I've got. Next stream is going to be the Micro 88 stuff. So, all right, thanks everybody. See you on Wednesday with something else.